gonna be right there in front of them like I always do. You know, I'm gonna make them miss, I make them pay, and I'm gonna fight my fight. So I feel like that was.
It's a different type. Like, you can be riding that wave. You've been getting all these knockouts of all these other different guys, but you've never been in the ring with an animal like Crawford. And when you get in there for the first time, you get hit upside your head, and you see that you can't do the stuff that you usually do against the guys that you fought, you know, at the lower level, bro.
Terence "Bud" Crawford surprised fans by announcing he's ready to fight Jaron "Boots" Ennis, despite both previously saying they'd never face each other. Joe Rogan reacted with "wow," noting how exciting their clash of styles would be. After Ennis's big win over Wisma Lima and Virgil Ortiz calling him out following a first-round knockdown of Lima, the boxing landscape shifted. Now, all eyes are on a potential showdown between Crawford and Ennis.
Boots is from Philly. Terence Crawford is a specialist. Boots is a specialist. It'll be a great fight. Terence is my guy, man. I love you.
Before we get to Joe Rogan's reaction, several other big names had strong opinions about the news. Charlo, who had been waiting for his chance to face Terence Crawford after settling things with Canelo, reacted strongly to the announcement that Crawford might fight Jaron "Boots" Ennis first. Charlo said, "I should be the one to fight Crawford next, not Boots," emphasizing that his accomplishments in boxing earn him the right to face top opponents and further build his legacy. He made it clear that Crawford should fight him next, not Ennis.
I want smoke with Crawford. I want all the smoke. Give me the best shit. I'm in shape. I train. My lifestyle is on the move. Everything is great. So why the f I want the best, man? What y'all talking about, dog? I don't got time to be playing with none of these people with these promotionals and all of these shits. I'm with the old school boxing. I'm following all of the Muhammad Ali act and all that shit. I mean, man, whatever. Y'all want to change shit?
Andre Rozier confidently and without hesitation picked Terence Crawford to win the fight that night against Jaron Ennis. He called Crawford one of the best fighters of this generation. Rozier also said that even though Jaron is very talented, he wouldn't have much of a chance against Bud. He also made it clear that Jaron still needs time to reach that level of skill because Crawford's skill set is very different. Rozier also said that Canelo's true self shows through when he fights, as shown by what Crawford did to him.
I think it's attention, but Terence is on another level right now. I mean, he's on another level.
When you say another level, do you mean like marketability-wise, name-wise, or you mean talent-wise?
All the above. All the above.
So he's a notch or two above Jaron.
Exactly. Boots has to get there. He's not there yet. A lot of people don't know who Boots is yet, believe it or not. So the boxing people might, but to be that stellar star, and that's why I'm upset about how his movement has been going, because he could have been stellar already. He's talented enough to do it.
Tim Bradley, on the other hand, said he didn't want to see this fight happen when he reviewed it. He says that fighting Crawford is very risky, but is a monster who can end a fight with just one strong blow. Bradley said that Boots is a talented performer with a lot of potential, but he also said that Jaron should first fight people who are more like him before taking on someone this big. He mostly said that Boots should only fight a big guy like Bud after he has fought and beaten a lot of top-tier opponents.
Let's have a fight with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I would hate for him to get in this fight and look average. Look average. Because if you go back and you watch a lot of, and he's a spectacular fighter. Boots is a spectacular fighter. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Boots. I think he's next. But he needs to be tested. He needs to be tested with he needs to be tested with a guy like Thurman.
Greg Hackett told Tim Bradley that a boxer who becomes the most powerful in the sport is responsible for every era. Crawford said that Bud has changed a lot in the last 2 years, and that he has earned more respect than he has in his whole career. Hackett thought that this might be the start of Boots' time, since every great warrior eventually gets his chance. It doesn't make sense to think that Andes doesn't deserve to meet Bud because he has earned the chance to prove himself against the best.
Bradley talk like that, cause they know he that. But shit just got started. Think about it. How long was the Bud Crawford era if Bud Crawford didn't start getting respect till 2023 for what he do? So if it's 2025 and we already talking about Boots Ennis, who's 10 years younger, who could possibly turn up this next 10 and make it crazy, that means the average person who don't really understand boxing, never really watch boxing, pay attention to boxing, not really a boxing fan, they're not going to remember Bud Crawford.
Another important person, Danny Garcia, smiled broadly as he said, "This fight is the perfect mix of youth and experience. A young, hungry lion and an experienced legend will face off." He said that each fighter is unique and that the winner of their match will show who is really better than the rest. Danny also suggested a weight class for the fight to make sure it is fair for both sides. In general, he was very supportive of the plan, saying that this fight is important for the growth of boxing.
That'll be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
Most significantly, Terence Crawford stated in his discussion of his confrontation with Boots that he is secure in his own adaptability, even though many expect their similar approaches to bring something new to the table. He asserted that his decision to swap stances is contingent upon the opponent he is facing and that he is extremely talented and athletic in both. But added that in order to control the fight's pace and result, he will carefully select and employ the posture that offers him the biggest advantage when he faces Boots in the ring.
As great in both stands. I'm very powerful in both stands. I hit just as hard with my left, probably even harder with my left than my right, you know, but I think it's the opponent.
In response to this possible fight, Eddie Hearn called it a great matchup. With Terence Crawford looking for a good opponent after his biggest career win and Boots Ennis fresh off a respectable victory, this fight will be a fantastic match between two elite fighters, he said. Hearn continued by suggesting that the battle may take place in a weight class that Crawford is willing to compete in order to encourage dialogue. He also praised the athletes' fighting styles, emphasizing how boxing fans would have an incredible fight night experience because of their aggressive styles.
Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, you know, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy, and Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, you know, that he's still very much in his prime.
Sean Ziddle also expressed his wish for this fight to end poorly. He noted that although there have been past attempts by both parties to orchestrate this confrontation, he believes that this is the best time for it to occur. Additionally, he asserted that their match is much more exciting and captivating to watch because both are fresh off of notable triumphs. Zittell went on to say that boxing fans would be delighted to see these two enter the ring against one another and that Boots has a good chance of defeating Terence when they do.
Ennis' chances of ever landing that fight with Crawford nearing 40 and Ennis still having a lot of catching up to do to make that a worthy assignment for Crawford. And nobody's been begging for that fight for the last couple years more than me, but I'm also realistic about it.
Furthermore, Philly Monster was selected by Meek Mill as the fighter who would defeat Crawford. In his analysis of the bout, he pointed out that Crawford's incredible performance against Canelo may have caused some people to count Boots out. Meek did, however, emphasize that Ennis and Canelo are very different from one another. He clarified that Crawford's speed and accuracy were too much for Canelo, who was now getting older. In contrast, Boots is younger, more adroit, and resolved to prevent Crawford from doing to Canelo what he did to him during their fight.
Shout out to Boots. Boots the next legend to come up in this shit.
How does Crawford and Boots play out, Meek?
Crawford and Boots play out? I'm rocking with Boots, of course. I'm from Philly. Crawford, you already know, you Philly shit. It's all love, but about to see what this Philly shit about. We real monsters. Let's get it.
Haven Brady and Meek Mill both boldly forecasted a victory for Boots Ennis. He said that there haven't been many genuine chances for him to show off his abilities and potential in the ring yet. Brady claims that Ennis is a highly skilled and motivated athlete who possesses the necessary skills to defeat Bud. He added that he still believes in the fighter's abilities, thus, he doesn't care what people think or say about him. Brady further clarified that this bout will receive a great deal of international attention, drawing eager spectators from all around the world.